Hi, my name is Brent Mason, founder and president of Citizens Consulting Group. Today I want to take a couple minutes to talk with you about Power Automate triggers. Some people feel like triggers are a really complicated subject, but I think it's pretty easy since we can break them down into three major categories. One is the instant or button flow, two is a scheduled flow, and three is an automated flow that's triggered by some type of external event. So I'm going to come over here into my Power Automate editor, and we're going to take a look at each one of these individual types. So I'm just going to click on New and do a new automation, in this case Cloud Flow. And you notice here are again the three types: an automated flow, an instant flow, and a scheduled flow. And the way I like to think about these is an instant flow is like a button, right? You have a button on your radio and you click the button and it turns the radio on. You click the button again and it turns it off. A scheduled trigger is like your alarm clock. You set it for a specific time, and every day it goes off and wakes you up in the morning. A Power Automate scheduled trigger can be set to run at intervals from 1 second all the way up to multiple days between runs. And you can schedule it to run at any time of day or night. An automated trigger is like a thermostat. It's triggered by an external event. When the temperature in the room gets too high, the thermostat will trigger the air conditioning to come on and cool the room. When the temperature in the room is too cold, the thermostat will trigger the heater to come on. This is the same with an automated trigger. You may get an email in your inbox, which then triggers the flow. Maybe you have a SharePoint list. When an item is added to that SharePoint list, it triggers the flow to do something with that information. Or maybe on your SharePoint list, you have it set up so that when the item is modified, something happens. There are many different types of automated flows, and we'll take a quick look at a couple of them. So I'm going to go in now and click on, we're going to do an instant, right? And this is the button trigger. And one of the nice things about a button flow is that you can take and you can actually run it from your cell phone. And here is simply just going to select this option, manually trigger a flow. All right, I'm going to say create, and I'm going to add a new step. And the new step is simply going to be a compose step. And I'm just going to have it say hello world. And I'm going to save that flow, and then we're going to run a quick test on it. And the test is like you just clicked a button. So I'm going to click on manually, and it's right behind me. I'm going to move out of the way here, maybe. Oh, there it is, okay. And right behind me is the test button down in the lower right-hand corner. So I'm going to click on that, and then it's going to run the flow. And in a second, we're going to see some green check marks here, excellent. And now we're going to click on compose and see it says hello world. All right, and if I want to be even more simple when I do this, I can click here from my editor and I can simply say run. All right, click the run button here, and I'm going to move my little picture over here just a little bit. There we go, and click on run flow. Excellent, it's run, it's done, and I'm going to look at it and see the results. Again, here it is, hello world, so we got our results. Okay, so now I'm going to create a different flow, and this is going to be a scheduled flow. So I'm going to go ahead and click on automation, cloud flow, and scheduled. And now notice it's asking me for the name, so I'm going to say scheduled flow. And when do I want to start my flow to run? All right, well, let's just say I want to have it run every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. All right, and how often do I want it to repeat? All right, well, in this case, I'm going to say once every week. So I want it to run every Saturday at 8 a.m. And on which days? And I'm just going to say, I'm going to turn all these days off here. So it's just going to run on Saturday. So this is the first time it runs to this date here, and it's going to run on Saturday. I'm going to click on create. And there it is. If I click on this, you're going to see that it's going to run on Saturday every week, and I click on edit to change that. And I'm going to add a compose step in here. All right, and it's saving. It's saved. And one important thing is you do need to make sure it's turned on. Now I did save mine, right? And you can see scheduled flow right here. and it's already turned on. It's excellent. And the last type of trigger we're going to look at is going to be the automated flow. This is where things get just a little more tricky, because now you have all sorts of different actions that you could use as a trigger. In this case, I'm going to say, hey, when an new email arrives. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say create. And I'm going to say anytime something comes in my inbox, I could choose different folders, advanced options, who it's addressed to, who it came from, does it have any attachments, right? I'm just going to say anytime a new email arrives. All right, and so I'm going to click on New Step. And now I'm going to say Teams, right? Because I wanted to post a Teams message. So I'm going to find the one that says Post in Chatter Channel. Here it is. And I'm going to post a Flowbot, and I'm going to post it into my Flow with Chatbot. Right, so it means it's going to be a personal message to me. Excellent, and the recipient is going to be me. And there I am, excellent. And it's going to say you have received an email. Right, and next time I get an email in my email box, it's going to send me a Teams message and says you've received an email. So those are the three basic types of triggers that you use when you're working with Power Automate. You know, it's again, just to recap that, you're going to have an automated trigger, right, which is like your thermostat, right? When it gets too hot, it turns on the air conditioning. When it gets too cold, it turns on the heater. An instant or button flow, and a scheduled flow. Hope to help simplify triggers for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, and of course, we'd love it if you subscribe for more helpful hints like this. Have a great day.